All right, we are now live. Hi, I am Kara858, and today we're here for episode 10 of Rivenwood Academy. Time has definitely flew by. I was just realizing last session that we already was at the 1-0. And it just feels so fun. Like, that's when you can tell we're in a great campaign. We don't even realize how many sessions it's been until, anniversary number comes like that. So here at the Cookout, we always like to give love and support to different individuals in the community, give out shout outs to different channels out there. Perhaps you could take a look at their content and support them on their endeavors. First, we always like to give it a good shout out for is a good friend of ours. His name is Adrian B, who has a channel known as the Bear Pen. He has both a Twitch as well as a YouTube channel and has multiple different content out. He has a Vampire the Masquerade session that comes in on Saturdays where you see yours truly as well as a couple individuals here in the cast. And he also has a D&D campaign that runs every Tuesdays at a very unique time frame because of the fact that he does live in Taiwan. Nevertheless, he's a great individual. You also you will see him on Lords of Faerun every Saturday as Jesse, there was actually fan art done for that individual, which is fantastic. That was the first fan art we have ever received. So yeah, as you could tell, he's a great individual, a great person. And if you can, definitely give him a follow and support him on both his Twitch as well as his YouTube. The second group we would like to give a shout out for, of course, is Hutter's Entertainment. Hutter's Entertainment is a variety TTRPG show that leans towards the horror genre. You will see fan favorites like Melee Damage, Marquia Bacardi. You will also see occasional guest stars like Jason Carl and a couple other individuals. So if you lean towards the horror genre, you would definitely like their content. They have been one of the individuals who's actually one of the tech producers for Hutter's Entertainment actually is on the show for the Bear Pen, the Vampire the Masquerade show. And they regularly send us raids, and they're a great organization. So if you can, definitely go ahead and give them a follow and support them on their endeavors. And last, but certainly not least, we would like to give a shout out for, of course, as always, a good friend of mine. Her name is Rose Bells Arts. She is a artist. Where I first met, she was playing a Plague Tale Innocence. Had no idea she was actually an artist during that time. To the following stream, she started showing some unique characters that came up. During that time frame, she was just an affiliate. She was starting to grow, and now she's a partner with 10,000 followers and tons of subscribers, and she deserves all the success that she gets. So if you can, definitely go ahead and give her a follow and support them on their endeavors. So now with all the shout outs out, we would like to announce, well, I can mention we have 2 more days left. Well, technically now kind of like 1 more day left in the month of June. So I am a Die Hard Dice affiliate. And like I said, you have 1 more day to be able to use the promo code DRAWJUNE, DRAWJUNE. And that will allow you to get a discount off of this scroll called the Dragon's Wrath scroll. It's a combination scroll that has both, you can contain your dice in it as well as being able to roll on top of it. The scroll itself already has a discount off of, I think, like 30%. And so you can add the Draw June code to give you a larger discount off of the purchase. You can also add that promo code on top of other promo codes to even give you a bigger discount as you make your purchase from Die Hard Dice. And by purchasing this item, you also help me as a content creator. So definitely appreciate all the love and support. And if you can, if you'd like to pick up one of those fantastic scrolls, go ahead and head over to Die Hard Dice and pick up one of those. So with that said, we're now going to go ahead and start introducing our cast. As you can see, the layout is a little different because we have Roll20 up. So we're going to start up with Mivsy. Mivsy, you'd like to talk a little bit about yourself, plug your socials, any projects that you're working on.
Hi everybody, my name is Morgan or Mimsy, whichever you prefer. You find me on Instagram and Twitter at peachykeen_arts. I've got, I guess it's a fairly big project. It's about a year out though, because I'm doing a lot of artwork for it. But I'm super excited, and I'll probably be posting like teasers, I guess, on my Twitter and Instagram. So check those out.
Let's go.
Fantastic. Next, we have, of course, is our good friend Ursa. Ursa, would like to talk about yourself, plug your socials, any projects you're working on.
Y'all already know who it is. Y'all know I'll be making bad music out here in these streets. Y'all can find me on YouTube. Y'all can find me on Twitch. I might even stream on my birthday. So who knows how it's gonna go this week.
So, do you mind sharing your birthday now, or would you rather just leave it out for like in the future? Or
Oh no, my birthday's July 3rd, right before Independence Day.
oh,
So
okay,
yeah, this Saturday.
all right, well, we'll keep a lookout for that. That's for sure. Fantastic. And we have, of course, we have a link for his YouTube channel. He says he makes.
I
bad
got a
music.
link now. It's been 10 sessions. I got a link. Yo.
You had one a few days ago. I just never said anything. I mean, a few sessions ago, I never said anything. But yeah, you can definitely check out his content. Like I said, all three of our intro songs that we had for Rivenwood Academy, as well as Lords of Fate Room, was all done by Ursa. So when he says it's bad music, it's the exact opposite. But you know, you can tell he's an artist because all artists usually put down their content. So next, of course, we have our good friend of ours, Aaron. Aaron, would you like to talk about yourself, like your socials, any projects that you're working on?
Hey, I'm Aaron. I Wander Attacks. I'm on Twitter, but I'm never on Twitter. I just kind of look and watch what other people post, and then keep my mouth shut. But I'm excited for today. I think everyone's feeling a little bit rowdy, which I think is going to go really well for the festival that's coming up. And I don't know. I've got some surprises in store. We'll see how it goes.
Love you, Aaron. Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm just waiting on my theme music. So
there is the theme song. So next, of course, we have our good friend Ree. Ree, you'd like to talk about yourself, plug your socials, any projects that you're working on.
Hello, everyone. I am at Big Dude Ree on Twitter, where I sometimes post funny content. I'm sure today will be perfectly fine and there will be no consequences for any action. And I have heard word that there may be something coming in the next few weeks. So, don't tell anybody yet. It's a secret. But we'll see.
I'm snitching.
Yeah, I can't say much. I can't say anything about it. Next, we have, of course, is our good friend Fel Flames. Zach, you'd like to talk about yourself, of course, plug your socials and your projects you're working on.
Sure. You can find me on Twitter at ZHaloMusings. You'll find tonight that my haters will say that I'm too hyper, but just so everybody knows, I'm having a great time. I will see you all in Rivenwood Academy.
And he also forgot to mention that he's a fantastic writer. So if you ever would like writing critiques or be inspired about writing, definitely head over to his Twitter because, like I said, you can definitely be inspired by that content. And last but certainly not least is our new player in here, Nerdy. Nerdy, if you'd like to talk about yourself or plug your socials and any projects you're working on, or you may be busy, I'm not sure.
I'm in Nerdy for Life. You can follow me on Instagram at Nerdy for Life. I post a couple cosplay things, just whatever I feel like I'm doing in the moment. Nothing new, nothing new or exciting in my life.
That's perfectly fine. Having the chill time is perfectly okay. As for yours truly, I am Kira858. We have here Rivenwood Academy. We also have Lords of Fate Room. And we have so much planned coming up in the near future. We have a special guest coming in this Saturday. I'm not going to mention who on this stream, but keep an eye out on Twitter because it will be announced tomorrow on Twitter. I would just say she is a fantastic individual, and I am certain you all are going to enjoy what she brings to the table. And it may look like a reunion of sorts. I would just leave that as a clue. It may look like a reunion of sorts. You may have seen her before with some members of the cast. That's all I'm going to say.
That's a pretty big clue.
That ain't a big clue. Also, we do have some more big news possibly coming in the near future. I would just say we may have possible sponsorship coming in. And so we just keep an eye out for that. Like I said, so many things coming in the near future. Giveaways, definitely, for both Rivenwood Academy as well as Lords of Fate Room, involving Die Hard Dice. And some giveaways also for Twitter. And so definitely keep an eye out for that. I'll definitely announce when those giveaways are in place. Ursa, what have you done?
The bot doesn't like superscript signal. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I see that. So I'm super excited. Just again, keep an eye out on Twitter as well as Discord, because that's where all of the new information is going to be released. There is so much planned right now and so much more planned in the near future. I'm super busy. I'm just super excited about it. It just feels great. And I'm looking forward to showing you all what we've been working and what's been in the oven. So with that said, we're now going to bring our introduction video in as you'll head over to episode 10 of Rivenwood Academy.
Micah, Ardris, Meaty, Calvin, Otis. Behold the spellbinding abilities of Rivenwood Academy.
All right. Where do we even jump in today? We're going to start with at the very end of the last episode, you were introduced to the understudy. So you were taken through, there's a door that connects in the healer's office in the main administration building, and it took you to a flipped kind of mirror image of the school with some important changes, like the 2 wizards' towers where the arboretum is above ground. So Bethany takes you on a very quick tour. She seems to be trying to make sure that you're not particularly spotted. So it's maybe kind of a fast tour of just like, oh, hey, look, isn't this super cool? All right, I got to get you back kind of thing. And then it was the evening and it was time to take Shylin to where your dorms are. And we're going to have a quick session here as Shylin is seeing the dorms for the first time. There is one empty room that was never filled that you can just give to her. But I'd like to start with you guys walking in the dorm.
I'm gonna go check on my bird.
Yeah, you gotta go do enchanting homework. Bye.
Right. Well, Shylin, there is a room over here near Miri and I. I don't believe you have any bags or anything you need assistance with.
Oh no, I just came with what I have on my bareback.
Oh, she got a bareback. No, I'm gonna stop.
Well, is there anything you need? Perhaps extra notebooks? I know I seem to be someone who likes taking notes and things, and I do have a few left over.
Hey, I'll take some notebooks. If you wouldn't be so kind.
Of course, we are the one group, one family, I suppose. Just get yourself settled in, and I'll bring a few by in maybe 10 minutes.
That would be wonderful. Thank you.
Okay. Right, is everyone ready for this festival tomorrow?
If I recall correctly, Miri is like the only one out there.
On the other one, yeah.
Well, because Michael would be his main room, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Micah could have walked with them because it is early evening.
Oh,
So if
okay.
you want to be there, that is perfectly fine.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. In that case, perfect. So sorry, I can you repeat the last statement then?
Are you all ready for the festival tomorrow?
Yes. Tomorrow. What you do?
Have you never attended the festival here before?
No.
I don't think so. No.
You have. It is a yearly thing. So every year that you've been here, you would have seen the festival.
Oh, yes.
It's different every year because the sophomores kind of set it up every year. So it changes
Ooh.
based on whatever the sophomore class is kind of into.
That's a fun note. Thank you.
So
Aaron.
yeah, so I would have seen it, but would she be like, go ahead and jump in it, or would she stay like, oh, don't worry about it. That's not really for you per se.
I would imagine probably your first like year, or maybe your first couple of years, you didn't really participate, but probably last year you did.
Okay.
As you got a little bit closer to like the different faculty here.
Okay. All right, thanks. So he would say, last year, went there. But you, what will you play?
Well, I can't say for sure what the school will have, but I've always been a big fan of the one-on-one wizarding competitions, arcane arts particularly. Arcane combat is a bit of my forte.
You like fighting?
Yes, of course, it is nothing better, and as father would say, no better way to know a person than see what they are like when the proverbial fire is hitting their face. Or I suppose actual fire is hitting their face too, I suppose.
He'll turn to Shailin and says, your father said the same?
Oh, no. Where I come from, there's some of us that prefer to fight, but I'm a peaceful one.
Well, I cheer you on.
I would be honored to have you in my corner, my guy. Would do me no better honor.
He kind of smiles a bit as he kind of looks down, but then they're breaking out of his stoic face is like a hit of nervousness, because now he's like, how am I supposed to cheer? Because I can't really talk. And so he starts to think in his head, like what things he could do to kind of like cheer him on. And then another thought comes in his head, and he turns to Shailin and says, you fight too?
Oh, I'm not really one for fighting. I do better with healing.
He nods.
You hear a knock on the door. Tum, 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 tum.
Who that is? Should we open the door?
Hey, so you see an Aarakocra that I don't think that any of you have met yet.
Yes.
But he is like a raven Aarakocra wearing kind of a long white robes, and looks very comfortable, very chill. You notice he's got like a studded bracelet, kind of similar to Kellen's, and his he looks like an interesting individual. And he's like, "What's up, man? I'm looking for Kellen." You know Kellen, right? Awesome dude.
I do know him, yes. Is there anything particular reason you're looking for him today, or is it just a friendly meeting?
What?
Never mind.
I mean, I didn't realize there was like a bouncer, man. I'm just here to see my friend. So.
Just wait a moment. Ed and Argus will point his ring of message like towards his room and just use message. I believe you have a friend here to see you, Cullen.
It works, and you can respond if you desire.
It allows me to respond, right? Okay,
Yeah.
So while he's walking over to his door, he'll go, that seems unlikely.
Oh, no.
And then he'll open the door and go, oh, you weren't kidding. Okay, yeah. Hey,
man.
Marcus.
So,
What's up? You ready?
I mean, it's a good time for you or whatever.
Yeah. Good time. Let's
Sweet.
go.
And he follows you over to, I assume you're taking him to your room?
Yeah.
And as he passes, he kind of gives a wave to everybody. Like he takes the time to like individually be like, hey, to every single one of you.
Hey.
Also go, hey.
Oh,
Oh,
I
Otis
forgot
isn't
to-
there. Otis is in his room.
Oh, you're talking
right?
about.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't close the door, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Then through the door, you hear, hey.
Forgot to say, Mary went straight to her room.
I thought you were talking or do you mean when the door opened?
No, whenever they got into the dorm,
Oh,
she went
okay,
straight
okay.
to her
You
room.
said you were there. Okay.
I thought you were there too. That's okay. Yeah, no, fine. Cool. So you don't get a hey, unfortunately. Sorry.
Yeah.
As you head into the room, he's like, "Oh man, I got you something," and he pulls out a small item and hands it to you. As you look at it, you can see it is a lock mechanism where the outside casing has been enchanted to be invisible,
Ooh,
so that you can manipulate the tumblers with your lockpicks and see what effects they are having.
that's fancy.
I mean, whenever you're finished, just like give back whatever.
This is really cool.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's how I learned.
Nice. He'll kind of like set the box safely in his top drawer for the moment so other people don't bother it. And then he'll pull aside his notes, which I think, did I specifically say that he was going to work on those notes at any point? Or would Kellen have had time to?
For
Like it's,
Sorry.
it's basically like, so he has like the actual like spell casting notes in his book, right? But I wanted to kind of try to like get like a thing of notes that he could like actually take with him about the
you're
spell.
making like the Spark Notes version of the spell's like information.
Yeah. And like I'm gonna show him how to do it a couple times as part of like the process of teaching, and I would obviously take the time to explain like the different mechanisms and that, but it feels like because he's gonna need to. I don't entirely know how scroll copying works in the world or whatever, right? But he's basically gonna need the notes for the spell to copy into a spell book at some point in time.
Yeah. Not all people will need like the full like spell scroll basically, but it makes sense to give him a copy in order for him to be able to affect it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, that works. Okay, I can say that you've been working on that kind of in your downtime over the last week since you last talked to him. So you've got a pretty decent version. Actually, roll me a persuasion check. You understand how the spell works in your head just fine. This is how well you're able to communicate it. And I will roll insight for Narcus to see how well he understands.
Okay.
Good luck, Narcus.
All right.
What'd you get?
This is kind of like a simulation of actions over a series of time, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I assume I will not be able to force my reroll on it then.
If you want to, you can use it. We can say that like in a moment where you really wanted to make sure you understood, you force the reroll in that time.
I feel like I'm playing an artificer right now, like using flash of inspiration.
Yeah.
Flash of genius. Yep.
Okay. Well, that is technically an improvement.
Okay.
I got a 5. 6 with a -1.
Not like this, Zach. Not like this.
Well,
we just started.
The sad news is Narcus did not do much better on his end. Like,
Oh,
so it's like you're sitting there and you have it in a way that makes perfect sense to you. You're looking at it, you're like, anyone should be able to read this. And from his perspective, you have opened up like a book that is written in a language he's never seen. Basically, like it's this level of like disconnect where it's very natively, intuitively understood to you, and it's very much not to him.
Yeah.
So you run through it a few times, you're explaining it, and he's just like, yeah.
I'm basically
Yeah.
like a painter trying to explain to someone who's never painted how you do painting. Like,
Yeah.
here's how you be an artist.
Yeah. And he does not give you the impression that like he's struggling or he doesn't understand it. But like he's just kind of like, yeah, cool. Yeah. Uh-huh. Totally. Uh-huh. And we'll listen for a while. He's like, I don't know, man. Like, this seems dope as hell, but like, I don't know how to take what you're telling me and make it into something that like I am doing. Sorry.
So could we say that between like asking Narcus to show him a little bit of his spell casting, and then I feel like we just spin up like side projects in this campaign. But like and then I'll show him the spell a couple of times, and then maybe see if Kellen can like over time, as opposed to like in one session, try to convert to like the way Narcus might try to do it with his familiarity of the spell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're going to say it was a little bit of a wash this time. It was kind of a general overview for both of you, but no real progress for understanding was made. But that doesn't mean you cannot keep working on it.
Yeah.
So after like maybe an hour or so, he's going to be like, I mean, it's been like fun watching you, man. Like you're primo, but like I think I'm just tired now.
Yeah, I'm kind of tired too. Here, I'll work on like trying to find a better way to explain it. And then we'll try again next time if you want to come back like in another week or something or whatever. And then we'll get to hang out again. So that'll be cool.
Yeah, man. It's a great idea. Hey, you're going to the festival, right?
Oh yeah.
Sweet. That's all he says. Sweet.
Sweet.
All right, I'm gonna head out. Pyrie is waiting. We're gonna have dinner or whatever. Like,
oh, that was an in character wheeze. I was about to ask what's wrong.
Yeah. That should be cool. I'll like work on the box so I can get it back to you, you know?
I mean, whatever. Whenever. Cool.
Dope.
And he just kind of does that thing where you kind of like nod your way out of a room and things off.
Narcus is so cool.
Anything else that you guys want to accomplish tonight before you go to bed?
Oh yes. Micah would knock on Mary's room when he gets the chance.
Nice one.
Hi, Micah.
Mary will answer her door. She has not been crying, but she just looks tired.
Come in.
And she'll open the door to let Micah in.
Yeah, and as he walks his way through, what does your room look like, by the way? Because this is his first time actually entering your room.
I haven't thought about what her room looks like, but I assume it's like generic room number 3.
Number 3 specifically.
Yes.
All right.
Probably has like a few like weird knickknacks that she found on the ground, but that's about it.
Okay. In that case, you notice he would just sit on the floor, cross-legged. And then as he looks up at you, he says, here, talk, help. Why sad?
Mary will also sit on the floor with Micah. Well, I thought that all of us were friends, I guess, in a weird way. And when Kellen said that he doesn't feel sorry, it really hurt my feelings.
Mm. Oh. It kind of pauses for a second because he doesn't really have kind of like that introspection for like feelings.
Mhm.
So he's trying to like understand that a bit, but you could definitely tell there's like a strain on his face as he's trying to empathize, but he can't. And he says, well, I'm sorry. Help?
Even you just being here right now, Micah, is a lot more help than I've gotten in a while.
He kind of smiled for that because he didn't know if he was doing a good job. So he kind of like looks down at the ground. He says, oh, okay. Draw? And then
What a sweet child.
he'll bring out his sketchbook that he presented from before. And you'll see, he'll show you the image that he worked on of the kids and us playing tag, dressed in mud. And he says, happy.
She smiles. It's like, that's a very good drawing, Micah. Did you really have fun doing that?
Maybe. I don't know. But you smile. So I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like that. He kind of like trails off for a moment and he starts to realize something that he found enjoyment in, which was very rare for him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, I can stay tonight if you want me to.
You want? Doesn't your mother want you to go back?
He pauses because he never really leaves the dorm room. I don't know. So, sometimes mother's gone. Sometimes mother's there. I can ask if okay.
I wouldn't want to upset your mother. The last thing I want to do is upset more people, I guess.
Well, if she's okay, and can I come back?
You're always welcome here, Micah.
He nods. He says, okay. Be right back. And he kind of like takes off. You just see his little footsteps as he heads out the room to go see if he can find his mom at the residence.
All right, so we're going to follow Micah through a now twilight lit academy because the sun has set. You make your way to the main administration building and turn that corner to where you live. And as you enter, you can see that Chancellor Razani is sitting at the kind of dining room table in front of where the main door is. She's working on writing something.
Oh, and he kind of like in a slightly more hurried motion than she probably normally sees him in. Just like not like a run, but more like a faster walk. He'll
Get that scuttle in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll see he'll come up to her and say, Mother?
Micah. Yes?
Can I stay in Mary's room?
For the night?
She's sad.
Oh.
I want make her better.
It's a laudable goal. Is everything all right?
Friends fighting.
Sorry, I made the mistake of looking at the group chat. Shoot. Okay. I'm very sorry to hear that there's hopefully nothing serious, just an argument.
He nods.
I mean, as long as you are either with her or here, is okay with me. It is good to support your party members. Also, how is Shailindi? It's her first day.
Nice. She likes peace. Ardris likes fighting.
There is so much that we often wish we could do for peace. It is helpful to respect both, I think. Well, yeah, go ahead, run along, have fun. I will see you tomorrow morning for breakfast.
He nods, even though he doesn't eat.
Yeah, as you are turning to leave, I want you to make a quick perception check.
Okay.
Yeah, was she right?
Oh, 13 plus 6, 19.
Nice.
Roll for her really quick. Sorry, what was your total?
A 19.
Okay. It is something that you don't really notice in the moment, but it does catch your eye that as you are turning to move away, there's a letter that she is tucking behind the other papers in a very kind of smooth, practiced motion. Like she doesn't want you to see that she is keeping it out of your line of sight.
Oh.
But that's you just catch a glimpse of it kind of out of the corner of your eye. It's a very, like I said, it's a very smooth and practiced motion. So it doesn't like make you suspicious or anything, but maybe it'll make you curious. But you are already heading back to the door.
Okay. And so you just hear as the small little feet putters inside the room. And then as he goes to the dorm, he kind of knocks on her doors. Micah.
You can come in.
He kind of opens up, slides the door. And then as he makes his way inside, he says, Mother said, okay.
Oh, thought she would have been a little bit more strict, but you're, like I said, you're welcome here, Micah.
All right, we are going to fast forward slightly through the sleepover.
Yes.
Otis was.
I know we could spend a lot of time here, but I do want to get to the festival.
Okay.
So everyone wakes up the next day, and in fact, we're going to fast forward for the next 4 days, just picking out a couple of small scenes through here because the weekend is the festival day.
Okay.
So as we go through, each of you run through your battle magics classes in the morning. They are becoming more. What's the word I'm looking for? They're becoming kind of a little bit more routine for you. Like at the beginning, the first week, every day was taking it completely out of you. You're kind of getting conditioned to be prepared in the morning to expend this kind of magical output and to think on your feet, quite literally, to save your lives. So it's becoming a little bit easier for you to get up and kind of rush over and get in that. There's, again, because of your last week's kind of ambush with the wolves, there's a lot of discussion about how to spot ambushes, how to use terrain for your advantage, how to use your party members, and a lot of discussion from Saskia about cantrips and habitual magic. So she's running you through, like, what do you cast first when you're not sure what you cast? Like, and she drills you kind of on this over and over. What do you do when you're out of spell slots? Again. So that's your mornings. In the afternoon, you do have enchantment classes with Zima, and he asks each of you to show the progress you are making on your ring of message. And so he is pleasantly surprised to find out that all of you have generated a ring of message, except for Kellen. So Kellen, we go down the line. He asks everyone to please, if you feel you have completed your ring, to go ahead and point at him and send a message. And everyone else is able to do it. You are the last in line, and he comes to you. And he says, Kellen, your ring of message, please.
To be clear, for the purposes of this assignment, I need to point at you and convey a message with my ring.
Yes.
Let's go.
Okay.
Get on with his own
I value your precision. I am just a little bit confused.
He says, okay, and then points the light ring at him and turns it on.
Okay, besides blinding me, what was the message here?
That I completed the spirit of the assignment, which was to create an enchanted ring, even if I didn't do the message part.
May I look at it?
He'll hand it over.
He takes a moment to look over the ring. He sees how you have managed to turn the copper inlay into something that actually carries the light spell. And as he returns the ring, he looks pretty impressed. I'll be honest, Mr. Kellen, it is not at all what I was expecting. Where did you find the blueprint for a ring of light?
Oh no.
And this is in character. He genuinely doesn't know how to respond. He just kind of goes,
I mean, when we create enchanted items, it is important that we have a blueprint to guide our actions so that we're not wasting our spells and we're not, I've known many a mage who went a little bit crazy trying to achieve a unclear goal. So I gave you the ring of message blueprint. Who gave you the ring of light blueprint? I feel like I could really use a ring of message right now because your message is not getting across to me.
I didn't have a blueprint.
Really?
Yeah. So
some sophomore gave you a blueprint for the ring of light.
No. Like I didn't have the blueprint, and I didn't know how to cast message. So instead of bothering my friends, I just use a cantrip that I do know.
So what you're telling me is you took a blueprint for a different enchanted item and you changed it to work with a cantrip you already knew?
If I say yes, can you promise that I won't get in trouble?
I can.
Okay. Because I've been getting in a lot of trouble lately. Yeah, that's what happened.
You are most certainly not in trouble, Mr. Blitz. This is incredible. I have rarely seen someone so innately gifted with enchantment.
That was close.
I'm really looking forward to seeing what you do next.
Thank you.
And with that, he moves on to the next group and starts getting them. A lot of the other groups are not actually finished with their ring of message. They're still working on it. So your group moved a lot faster than most of the other groups. So he is giving you like some text to read and is basically like, you got free period right now because I'm helping everyone else get caught up to where you are.
I just want to state Ardris is low-key giving Kellen the stink eye from
Wow.
Rivalry, yes. Throughout this week, you also do have your individual classes. So I know 3 of you are in communications. So this week, you're not really getting a lot of information. Professor Alfred Bloom is just like, well, it's always incredibly important that you're creating a character-driven narrative when you are telling stories to other people or maybe even about yourself. A nice setting, a cool plot, sure, but what we care about is people. So you always have to remember, if you have a story you need to tell, what makes people care? And kind of goes off on that tangent for a while. 3 of you have that.
Mm-hmm.
You already entered Mystery Magic class. Otis, you show up with Drogon, who takes you to the Arboretum.
Okay.
Several days go by where he's just kind of showing you various things and you don't really talk of anything of consequence. But come the 5th day, our Friday, he takes you into the Arboretum during your allotted kind of class schedule time and is showing you, it is amazing. When you walk into this thing, every like zone in this Arboretum is a different like climate and ecological system.
Biome? That's dope.
Yeah. You're walking through like a tundra area and you see Arctic foxes and wolves and snow-lit plains. And then you walk into a different one and there is a beautiful verdant rainforest with native ecology. You see animals and plants that should not be able to be in this temperate sea cliff like area that are thriving in this rainforest. And he takes you through a desert biome. He takes you through a plains biome. So you're seeing all of these different areas and they are very, very well kept. It's weird because they feel a lot bigger on the inside. Like you walk in and you're expecting like, this should be like 30 feet by 30 feet. And it feels like you watch much longer. There are flowing rivers and lakes that come through here. And the weather here in these different biomes seems to be different based on where you are. So you come in on a otherwise bright and clear, if a little bit chilly day, and you end up in a rain-soaked rainforest before walking into a very hot and arid desert environment. So he's been taking you to different sections of the Arboretum, showing you different plants, having you do little busy work things, where he's like, no, you don't touch this. Regularly being like, this is off limits, don't pick this plant, don't eat this berry. And he looks at you very hard on that part, as well as instilling a general idea of respect for the ecosystems and not tracking things in from other biomes or affecting how natural like food webs are already working in these areas. So on the 5th day, he stops you, he takes you to, it looks like a large deciduous forest. The beautiful, bright autumn colors. The purples, reds, oranges, and yellows just as far as you can see. And you can see natural wildlife. You can see deers and rabbits and birds flying overhead. And he takes you down a little path to where there is a sickly-looking sapling. It looks like it's got some sort of wood rot, or there's something about the soil that's not working. You have not yet been told what's wrong. And he hands you an axe. And he goes, no, this tree here is not working in this environment. And you can tell it's quite sickly. Look at the leaves, and you can see that the leaves are wilted and falling from the branches. It looks incredibly sickly. And he gestures for you to take care of the tree.
Would cure wounds work on the tree at all? Or healing word?
If you want to try it, you can. I will say you are a druid, so you would know. Generally speaking, no. Generally speaking, cure wounds.
Otis would try anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll just go for a cure wounds then.
All right. So you lay your hand, you cast cure wounds with this kind of divine sense, and nothing happens. And Drogon is just kind of leaning against another tree watching. He doesn't say anything.
You gonna do it again?
With cure wounds again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Again, no effect. You can feel the magic leave you. You can feel that you are being drained kind of that magical energy, but the tree does not seem to be improving in health.
Otis starts sweating a little bit. He's gonna try it one more time.
As you have cast this, you've had to move like that axe that he handed you to your offhand so that you could put your hand out to touch the tree because they are touch spells. Well, I think cure wounds is healing word, is it? Whatever.
Yeah, cure wounds is touched.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you've got an axe in one hand, and then you've got your hand out touching the bottom of this tree, pumping it full of this divine healing magic that does not seem to be having any effect.
Otis is going to turn around and go, "Come on, Drogon. Like, there's got to be something we can do about this thing. You don't have to kill it."
Why not?
I mean, just look at the thing. It's all tiny. You're just going to give up on it.
No. Not. And he takes the axe from you, and when he takes it, instead of chopping the tree down, uses it to carve out some of this kind of dead wood that is causing this rot in the base. And then he's carefully actually splicing in a different tree, like a shoot from a different tree, and starts wrapping it carefully.
Otis looks completely shocked. He's never seen this done before.
When you have an axe in your hand, a lot of times, every problem looks like something you should chop down. Or the fear of chopping it down leads you to doing anything but what would help. You have to consider, nothing in this life is by itself. None of us are islands. The animals feed off the plants. They die and feed the plants themselves. Nothing here could work without a web of connection support with everything else. You understand what I'm saying, son?
Otis would not. He'd be like, "I mean, I think so. You're just saying you just got to chop the tree a little bit instead of all the way."
You have to consider the tools you have not as blunt instruments, but as all of the possibilities that they got. And you have to consider that your actions have effects on everything around here. We heal this tree, it houses the next birds. It is where the next squirrel lives. It grows up into something large and grand and affects the ecosystem entirely. Or we chop it down here, and that also affects the ecosystem. None of these choices are in a vacuum.
What's a vacuum?
What I'm trying to say is...
I'm sorry, but Otis wouldn't know.
That's fair. I mean, vacuum is an interesting choice for the fantasy world to me. What I'm trying to say is, when I was a younger man, I was always spoiling for a fight. I was looking for whatever I could get myself into, and because I wanted to fight, everything around me looked like a challenge or an insult. I mean, it's a miracle Elliot even looked at me a second time, and when we left our clans and started traveling the world, it took me a long time to realize I didn't have to watch my back around him. Even longer to realize he was watching my back for me. You've got people around you, people that you seem to be looking for a fight with every time you turn around. They can be part of your ecosystem, your biome. If you go chopping down every tree you see, you're not going to have any forest left.
Otis nods, but doesn't say anything because he actually gets it.
All right. And then he sets you to doing more work around this tree to ensure that it grows healthily. He has fertilizer that you put down at the base. He does pruning. He shows you more about the grafting process so that you can see kind of how does that work and how does it help and what you'll need to check as it begins to grow. So this becomes your tree, your responsibility. Every time you come to the Arboretum, it is your first priority before you work on anything.
Got it.
Cool.
I love it.
Cool. So, we are now 4 sleeps into this week. It is the weekend, the day of the, it is still 5th day. It is the evening before the day of the festival. You are all finishing your dinner. There's a bunch of chatter outside. Sophomores are running around hanging up banners and throwing up this and that. They've created a little stage area near the courtyard. They've moved a bunch of stuff from like the training area so they can set up for different events. You guys have been invited to come out and help do various things. And I would like everyone here to please roll a perception check.
Nice. This is going to be fun. I'll just roll Otis red. I didn't even pull up my digital roller. Let me do it.
I rolled
No, take what you rolled. Take what you rolled.
I got a 23.
I'm saying I didn't roll anything. Okay.
I rolled a 4, so that would be a 10 total.
18 for Arcus.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Almost added too much. A 19 for Miri.
Nice.
26 for Otis.
26.
19 plus 7.
What about Kellen?
He rolled a 3 times 2 plus 4 minus 1.
You know what?
9?
Yeah, 9.
Wait, that's a 28. That's right, because our proficiency bonuses went up. That's a 28. Okay.
Your proficiency bonus did not go up by 2.
No, it went up by 1. I'm saying like because I'm proficient in
from 26
perception.
to 28. It would be.
Oh wait, 27. My
1.
bad. Total 27. Yep.
Okay. All right. No more maths, guys. Okay, so as you're looking around, Shy, tell me, what are you kind of the most interested in when you've heard about the festival? We talked last time, they are setting up a dancing area. There's different musicians who are kind of getting everything set up for that. There is also one of the Battle Magics arenas. It looks like they're doing something with that. There's the stage, and they're setting up on one side what looks like 6 giant squares with some numbers on the side.
What am I most interested in?
Yes.
Should probably be more interested in the squares.
Awesome. So you wander over these squares and you can see a couple of the sophomores pull you up. And hold on, I was going to see who's there.
Digital roller.
I don't think you've met Kellieth yet, but Kellieth is a half elf with kind of long blonde hair that has been cut into like a asymmetric, very long kind of look. It's got kind of this weird, very fashion forward look to it that is not very common, especially around teenagers, but like he's clearly trying the most. And so he's over there and he looks at you and he goes, "Hey, Fresher, yeah? Need your help. Come on. And they have a ton of balloons that they're blowing up, and they ask for your help to blow up these balloons.
I'll blow them up as best as you can.
I'm imagining this tiny, like, it is like, all right. He's like, sorry, man. Kellyanne. Kellyanne, that's my name. Kellyanne, you are.
Charlene. You can call me Shy.
You are tiny. Is that rude to say? Because it's just true, but like, I don't want to be rude. Is it a thing or is it not a thing? If it's a thing, I'll tell everyone to like.
It's not a thing. I know. I'm pretty small.
Yeah. All right. Cool. As long as like we're all in agreement, you're tiny. Cool. Yeah. If you can just do this, and then actually, can you fly?
I can fly. What can I do for you?
Brilliant. Actually, you're not on blowing up balloons anymore. You're on helping me stick these on these squares. So the squares, like each square is like kind of tall, and to put them in the top and the middle has been a little bit difficult because they keep having to drag over a ladder to move these things around. So they move you from blowing them up to kind of sticking each of these in where they go. And you get quite a few people who are very happy for your help. They admire your look. Bethany comes by, who you met briefly when everyone went to the entrance. He's like, "Hey, Shy, how's it going?"
It's going all right. How are you?
Yeah, no, super busy, but I just want to say you're doing awesome. Thanks so much. Really, really appreciate your help.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, cool. If you need something, let me know.
I will. Thank you.
Sweet. Thanks, Shy. Bye. And she takes off. She's working on something at the Magic Arenas. So Shy is busy doing that. Miri and Otis, you guys are kind of on the cobblestone area next to where the gate is. And you can see that there is a big, large, covered wagon that's very brightly decorated that is being led through the gates. And as it's being led through the gates, you can see there's a bunch of different people. In fact, there's more than one wagon. There's like 3 different wagons that's carrying various stuff. They're starting to get stuff set up. And because you both rolled very high perception, Miri, you see them far before they see you. You have a moment to react. As you very well know this wagon and who's on it. And you can see Pietro, one of your fathers, is currently like wrangling your brother.
He's
like, "Нет, you're putting it here. You're no," and like trying to get one of your brothers to do what they should be doing. It is chaos incarnate as you see Pietro and Victor are working on trying to get everything around. Theo is bossy and making sure that everything is exactly where it should be, to the point that Victor at one point is like, "Hey, Theo. It is cool. It is being fine." And Theo's like, "It has to be perfect." And then goes off and works on something else. Caspian flits through with his high laced gray boots, kind of the baggy pants with the embroidered red sash. He's not yet in his performing outfit, but he moves very flowy. You can see that he's kind of picking at his lute as he walks around and seems to be kind of taking in the sights more than anyone else. He's not really doing a lot to set things up. Arietti is running around checking on the silks to try and see like where are they going to be set up, how are they going to be anchored. She's doing a lot of the safety checks right now for the aerial items. And I'm going to describe these people in a little bit more detail, but Miri knows what they look like. So Miri's the one checking them out. You see Damien, you see Cleo, you see Milo and Flora and Fauna. Like they're all just kind of like running underneath wagons and around things. And especially Flora and Fauna are just kind of completely underfoot. So you see all of them. None of them yet have seen you. Otis, you hear a familiar female voice.
Is it the one I think it is?
It has to be, because I can't think of anyone else it could be.
Well, I don't
it
know.
is distant. It's far. You can't
Okay.
see her yet. She's kind of behind, like the third one. But you do hear you do hear a voice ring, and that is like, "Well, all right, I can do this. I can do this. It'll be fine. They'll all listen to me when the time comes." And she's working on something out of sight.
Well,
you can
Otis, okay.
message me if you're not sure who I'm talking about, but I think.
Oh, I know. We're on the same page.
Okay.
Well, Otis would look over at Miri and he'd go like, "Hey, Rabbit, you want to get out of here? Because I don't want to stick around here." He's looking really,
Very much
really
so.
nervous.
All right, both of
He
you
also
take
looks like
off.
He's gonna cast minor illusion to aid in the escape.
What is your illusion?
5 foot tall little plume of smoke.
Oh, so you just like smoke bomb yourself,
Yeah.
which is very, very visible because you're just kind of in the middle of some cobblestones.
Yep.
But, like, you get a smattering of like confused applause, and people are like, "Is this like
he's like
one of the things?" Is this part of the step? Yeah. Okay, you guys take off. For Ardris, you are. What are you focused on right now?
Archers woke up this morning. He is wearing a very nice robe with the 8 schools of magic, and is looking for any signs of wizarding combat. People talking about combat, anything of that nature. That's where he's going.
You see Bethany as she kind of goes past Shylin. She goes past where you're standing, and she's like, "Hey, Ardris, I'm just setting up the battle royale. You want to come help?"
100%. Let's go.
Beautiful. So they are working on enchanting one of these magical arenas. They've moved some stuff around to create layered seating on the outside. And you can see as they're kind of doing a test run right now, that it actually projects outwards as if it were like a movie for the spectators, so they can see various scenes of what's happening inside. Roll me. Well, no, I'll just use your previous perception. You do see it looks to be somewhere indoor, dark, not like a cave, more like a building, but you don't see any windows or lights. And she kind of looks at you and she's like, maybe you shouldn't see it. You might compete, right? You're going to compete, right?
Certainly. Of course. I fully intend to win. I compete.
In that case, maybe I shouldn't let you see anything, because then you'll like have an unfair advantage or whatever.
It would hardly matter. I have no intention of losing, so it makes no difference.
She's just kind of like, yeah, okay. Makes sense to me. Like, you're going to win anyway. What does it matter? Okay. And sets you to doing some of the busy work around getting the different things set up. So you can catch a couple glimpses of what is to come. You can see it looks like rooms with various furniture and stuff in it, but you don't really get a good idea of the layout of what is inside. Kellen, I think that actually, I'm going to ask you, how you feeling? This is a very crowded, very busy place. Does Kellen like crowds, or is Kellen feeling a little bit out of it?
He would probably try to find an area, like kind of hidden a little bit out of the way, to work on his spell nodes for Narcus.
Do you want to go to your dorm room, or do you want to go through the secret door to the outlook on the cliff? Or do you want to stay where you can see everything? Because those two would be the quietest options, but if you want to be still around that area, we could say that, there are some benches and stuff that people are setting up food and snacks, or where food and snacks will be.
He'd probably go to the cliff.
Cool. As you head out there, you say the secret word, you follow the pattern to hop through all of the traps that are laid outside of this secret door. You can see
the worst kept secret of Rivenwood Academy.
Yeah, you can see that Narcus is already out there. Actually, Narcus and Iana and Pyrea are all just chilling out there. They've got like some dragon chests in a dice game that they're kind of half-heartedly like they're not really playing it the way it's meant to be played. They've got this weird like shambling rule set where they're like, no. My dragon did your dragon thing, so you have to roll a dice, and then if you get a 2, you have to tell me a secret kind of thing. Where it's like it makes sense only to them. And as you walk up, they're like, "Oh, what's up, man? Hey."
Corrections for how to play the game properly immediately spring to the front of his head, but he pushes them down and instead says,
"Oh, you did, man. I thought you'd be like, your party or whatever, doing the setup festival and stuff."
I think they kind of abandoned me. I don't know. I was just like trying to look around for where stuff was, and I must have been out of it because then they were all like completely gone whenever I looked back around me. So I figured I'd work on Narcissus spell notes, and I was like, where's a good place to do that? Cliff. And then, you guys were here. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, this is like the best spot, man. Look out, and you look out, and it is getting to sunset right now because everyone's setting up lights and stuff. And you can see there's this beautiful sunset on the ocean. And it is sparkling and setting off light. And you can see the beginning of twilight and the stars above you as the sun is setting. And it's a really good viewpoint. Like it's meant to be like an overlook. I like coming here whenever I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you play dragon chess or whatever?
You do not actually need proficiency with a game to play it, do you?
You do not need proficiency to do anything, my dude.
He'd probably say, you mean like in theory or like in practice?
To be fair, like none of us played in theory. You want to come join us?
Sure.
Yeah. So they start. It's a very, very confusing introduction to this like completely random rule set they've got going, and it seems like maybe they're inventing a few rules as the game is going, but because you don't have familiarity with them yet, you're not sure. Like, is this something new or is this something they're just remembering? Maybe they've forgotten. But like, they sit you down and like you lose terribly, but no one actually seems to ever win. It is very much like a very fun environment in which like they're like, oh man, you don't have any more dragons, that sucks, and then there's dragons more for you to play. Like they reset your board and they jump into it again. It's an enjoyable way to pass the time. You do not make any progress on your notes, but you are getting closer to Narcus, Iana, and Pyrea. They seem to generally enjoy your company. You are muted. To be fair, what?
To be fair, I like how I say "to be fair" so often that you can now like literally tell when that's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, sure.
No. In fairness, I mean, I knew it was a risk based on the people that I was hanging out with that no work would become accomplished.
Yep.
Considering, but yeah, no, that's cool. And then I assume I eventually hit a point where I'm like, I could probably go back and find everyone else.
Yeah, you can hear like the hubbub is starting to die down, and in fact, you can see like Iana starts putting up all of her things. She's got the beautiful, beautiful braids that hang down that are capped with like these silver beads around them, and she has more like earthy nature tones to her clothing that would give you an idea that she's probably a ranger or something in that vein, or maybe a druid, something like that. And she, as she hears the crowds die down, she's the first one to kind of get up, and she's like, I don't know about you guys, but I hate crowds. This is gonna suck so much.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's gonna suck. Yeah.
And then Pyrea, the tiefling, who has bubblegum bright skin. She is the opposite of everything you would think of for this kind of friend group. She's got bright, poofy bubblegum pink hair that almost covers the horns that come out and spin around. And she's wearing this kind of beautiful iridescent pink and blue and yellow outfit. She's like, I think crowds are like the coolest because they see you and they know that you are the coolest, right?
So to be clear, we have the Candy Princess and the Prince of Darkness currently hanging out.
With a ranger-looking human who hates crowds and a Raven Aarakocra. Correct.
Okay.
Best group ever, dog.
I am in an after-school
Misfits.
special at the moment.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. He'll say, I like your attitude, but it's probably going to suck. The one advantages about crowds are like you can get lost in them and then other people don't bother you so much.
That's really smart, dude. Like, you can be in the crowd, but you're not like in the crowd.
Yeah. Although I think it's going to be slightly harder for us to blend in while we're hanging out with Pyrea is the one who's while hanging out with Pyrea because
Nargis leans in and kind of whispers to you. He's like, why do you think I met her, man? Everyone looks at her, no one looks at me.
he just kind of goes, but yeah, we should probably go there, right?
Yeah. So they gather up their stuff. They head back in, do the dance in reverse to get back through the secret door. Even though the main gate's completely fully open, everyone still does the dance to come back up. And you see, and there are torches lit as various adult figures are finishing up important things that need to be done. Most of the students have cleared the area, as well as any children that were in there. And I think that this is a good spot to take the break before the festival starts in the morning.
Yo, I'm hyped.
Awesome. All right. Well, I hope everyone is enjoying the session. It's been a great time so far. If you like what you see here, we'd like to talk about the campaign, perhaps provide some fan art or talk about either spoilers or not spoilers. You can join us at our Discord, which the link is now placed in the chat. From there, we normally have watch parties, of course, every weekend, as well as sessions for Lord of Fravor Rooms, as well as, of course, Rivenwood Academy. And we're going to take a quick break, and we should be back for the second half of episode 10. Rivenwood Academy. See you soon. All right. And we are back for the second half of Rivenwood Academy. Eric, take it away.
All right, you wake up on the morning of the festival. It is beautiful day. They could not have picked a better day for the Verdun Festival, which is a celebration of kind of the turning of the spring season into more of the summer months. It's got a couple of different regional ways that it is being celebrated. So every year here at Rivenwood Academy, it looks very different as a new group of sophomores is in charge of planning how the festival works. As you exit your dorm room looking maybe for some breakfast, all of you together for the first time since Micah had his sleepover, you can see that the entirety of the campus has been transformed. There are banners of green and gold and silver and white up everywhere. There's a large kind of like maypole looking thing in the center of the courtyard. There's a large stand near where the groundskeeper's hut is, where Drogon is, that there's already live music being played and various people are dancing and singing along. And the main commotion seems to be over near the training grounds on the other side, where a game of spell darts has been set up thanks to Kellen's suggestion to Bethany. So as you're making your way there, you can stop on your way. There are a ton of festival foods. There are fried breads and sweets, and kind of think like when you go to like a Ren Fair kind of thing. It's got that vibe for food, in which there's a lot of different open foods that you can get, various spiced meats, and lots of sweets that would not generally be available to you.
Okay, cool. Are we ready?
Micah nods. I mean, he just looks at the food and just ready.
I would
Otis
like-
just diving in.
I was just gonna grab a handful of sweets.
I would like to hurry up. I don't want to be out here very much longer. Please pop up.
Take a perception check for me real quick. Actually, you and Otis make perception checks for me.
Okay.
Are there any sweets that are pink?
There are like macarons, like type sweets.
Helen
pink
is going to
strawberries.
take one. And
That is a
wrap it.
21.
Sorry, 1 second. Kellen is going to take one and do what?
Wrap it up in a napkin and put it in his pocket for reasons to be revealed later.
Oh.
Beautiful, beautiful. And the person, all of the people who are manning kind of these food stalls are from the from Cormac, from the town, excepting some of the ones who came in with the Greenleaf traveling troupe and circus, who are also kind of doing various goods. Oh, I forgot to mention, during this week, Drogon came to you and said, Elliot was telling me that you got him some dandelion roots, and in fact, you actually got more of the components that we sent you out for than they strictly needed. So we took the excess and evaluated it for its price, and gives the party 60 gold pieces.
Sweet.
You do actually, as a party, have 60 more gold pieces that you can use for whatever you need to use. Including, there are some carnival games here that are kind of buy a ticket in order to do stuff kind of things, because Cormac is gaining money from this for the local economy as well. Yeah. Sorry, Otis, you got one?
I got 21.
Okay. As you're moving right now, you do not hear or see sight of the person that you were avoiding yesterday.
Okay,
They do
good.
not seem to be in this general area. Mary?
17.
17. You can see these circus stage kind of performance for the sword fighting act, fire breathers, the aerobic, the aerial silks, and the acrobatics are still being set up. They're not actively performing right now. They seem to be in maybe their dressing wagons or whatever, still getting ready. So that will be later in the day. You spot various people moving around kind of in the distance, but none of them seem to be close to you.
All right. She'll just keep her eye out. If she sees anybody, she's gonna hide.
I will keep that in mind. So you all grab some breakfast. Again, way more variety than most of you have ever seen in your lives. Way more sugar than most of you have ever had in your lives. This is lots and lots and lots of baked goods that is unusual for the type of diet you've had heretofore. So maybe you are imbibing a little bit of the sugar high and kind of going that far. And then again, as you can see, the crowd is gathered around these spell darts, where a group that includes a certain Dragonborn has just finished, with that Dragonborn being announced as the winner.
All right, we have to win this game now, you guys.
Got to, yep. It's time.
As you pass, she kind of looks at you and gives like a derisive little snort, and then heads back towards the food. She doesn't say anything as she passes you, but she seems completely uninterested that you might partake in this game.
She is doing the most, man.
What's her deal?
I mean, she's doing the least.
This seems to not like us very much. Did something happen?
She doesn't like us?
It appears that way.
There's the Kellen conspiracy theory.
All right, Micah, I do need you to make a perception check really quick.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Micah.
Ooh, natural 19. So that would
Nice.
be a 25.
As she's passing you, she kind of bumps into you for a moment and gives you a quick look and then keeps going.
What does she want?
A wee bit rude, that lass.
Why? Is that normal?
No, it isn't.
Thing happened?
She ran into me.
This is very rude. Well, I suppose it's not important, shall we? I'm quite curious about this dart-based game.
Okay.
You actually rock in character. I love it.
All right, so as you're heading in, you see that the Kellyeth, the person that Shy was helping yesterday to set these up, is sitting there. Is like, all right. Who's next? You're Hey, Shy, what's up? How's it going? We really appreciated your help yesterday.
Anything I can do for you, just ask.
Yeah, you want to play?
I'll give it a go.
Beautiful. What's your little group's name here?
You know, I didn't really ken.
Oh, I don't know what a kin is, but you, and points at Otis. What's your guy's name?
Awful swords. Or
All
whatever.
Right, next up, the Vorpal Swords or whatever. Go take your spots. And it sends you over to, I have randomized where each of you are. So Ardris is up in the top left-hand corner, and we are going to be starting with him and going in a clockwise fashion. So he explains the rule. He says, all right, so it's pretty basic. You know, it's near Nuevo York. All right, it's pretty basic. You go and you try to pull a wand. You hope that it's a good wand. Maybe it's a not so good wand. There's lots of surprises. And then you want to pop the same pattern I give you. And he gives each of you this kind of pattern that you want to make. The ones that you pop that are supposed to be popped, +5 points. You pop one that's not, -2. Highest score wins. Questions? No? Good. And he's going to... And Ardris, it is going to be your turn. You're going to walk up to there's like a basket in the center of all of these that has 42 different wands in it. And you're going to pull a random wand. First, let me know, which one are you aiming for?
D1.
D1. All right. So as you walk up, you pull a random wand. The balloon does not pop. In fact, to everyone else's view, nothing happens. However, just above your head, kind of circling. Only you can see there are 3 faint stars circling your head. And you are aware that during the next hour, you can choose to reach up and touch one of these stars, and you will gain an extra action on your turn.
Nice.
This only works for the next hour, and then they don't recharge or anything. They just dissipate when you use them, or when the time's up. So it's weird. Argus comes up very confidently, aims a wand, and then puts it back down. Nothing else happens.
Nice.
Shylin, which one are you going to aim for?
D4.
D4. All right. As you pull a random wand and aim it, a gust of wind pours out of the end of this wand. We need every player to roll a D20 to see which balloon is popped from this freak windstorm.
Our personal or through roll 20?
Just a D20. Just a D20. You don't add anything to it. It's just a D20.
Well,
I got 9.
7.
Okay. Hold on.
Oh, Zagna.
Ardris, you first.
15.
15. Kylan?
I got a 9.
Kylan got a 1. Miri?
14.
Otis?
7.
7. Micah?
6.
6. So as you can see, a random balloon has popped on all of your squares, as this wind suddenly gusts around and pops one from each of them. And that is the end of Shylin's turn. Miri.
We're gonna be aiming for E2.
A2. All right. You level the wand, picking a random one out of there, and it pops. Congratulations. And as it pops, you notice that between your hands, there is now this glittering spectral rainbow. However you move your hands, this ribbon of rainbow light is still flowing through them. It gives off dim light. It's not blinding you or anything. It's not affecting your normal attacks or your actions, but it cannot be hidden in the future. So as you're moving, there's like this connective ribbon that is going between your hands, no matter how you move your hands.
It's probably, it's pretty, but now everybody knows.
Micah, which one are you aiming for?
I'm going to aim for C4.
C4. As you take aim, C4 does in fact pop. And then you feel like this wand is this large white sheet starts to fall from the sky. It looks like a painter's drape or something. And as it drapes, I would like for you to choose any player's square, including your own.
Any player square?
Mm-hmm. So choose a player.
I could choose my own, right?
Yep.
I would choose C2.
No. Not a individual square. Choose a player.
Oh, myself.
Yourself.
Mm-hmm.
All right. As you aim it and this falls down from the sky, you see that both of the balloons that were popped have been unpopped as you were given
Why'd you do that to yourself?
Oh. You said just choose the players. I was like, okay, I choose myself.
Chose a player. He did what was requested. All right, Otis? Otis, what are you aiming for?
To be fair, messing with himself is a total Micah action.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the net gain is that he lost one that shouldn't have been popped in the first place.
Yeah.
Otis, which one are you popping?
D5.
D5. All right. As you pull out this wand, you successfully pop the one that you were aiming for. Well done. And now you can choose one other PC.
We'll go for Ardris.
As you extend this wand, there's this like echo of like where it is hit, and you turn and look at Ardris, and he is frozen in place. His turn is skipped for this next round. Kellen.
Helen will aim for B1.
B1. All right. All right. You unfortunately miss with this wand attack. You manage to hit A1 again, so nothing happens. But you can choose to negate one effect that is already happening. So right now we have the rainbow in Miri's hands. Ardris is being frozen. Ardris has the 3 stars that are hovering around his head. And I think and Micah's cleans, well, no, you can't unpop them. I think those are the only active effects happening right now.
I will unfreeze Ardris.
Aw, that's super sweet. Ardris, you imagine this is something like what Kellen feels every time he does this whole time stop thing that you keep hearing about. Because for a moment, time wasn't flowing for you, and suddenly it is again. But it is your turn.
When did
I
Kellen
would
get
like
nice?
to go for C3.
E3. Sorry, buddy. It does not pop. And when it does not pop, you're drawn into this deep period of introspection. You suddenly are contemplating the weight of existence, the meaning of everything. It floods through your mind, and you lose a turn.
Oh, he gains it and then losing.
Yeah. I think the universe has something planned for you, and it is not winning spell. Shylin, which one would you like?
A5.
A5. All right. Congratulations. A5 pops. Go ahead and choose one other balloon that will also pop as this boomerang effect happens with this the spell that comes out of this wand. It's almost like magic missile, except for it's a curved kind of shape instead of just appearing. And it pops this one and a second balloon.
B2.
E2. Dunzo. All right. Shy is winning, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Miri.
No doubt about that.
Let's go for C1.
What? You are unable to pop this balloon. Unfortunately, you did not beat the balloon's AC of 10. But I need every other player to make a wisdom saving throw.
Good lord. Okay.
Oh.
The
Okay.
DC is 15, so you can just tell me success or fail.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
Oh, success.
Success.
Fail
Oh.
for Ardris.
Success.
Otis?
Success.
All right, so Ardris, I think you were the only one. Miri's not all that close to you, but she's got kind of this rainbow hand, and you turn to look at her. And Miri, what do you say when this balloon does not pop?
Should probably curse in Elvish.
Ardris understands Elvish. You hear a string of curses in the back of your mind. And as you turn and look at Miri, you can see she's saying them out loud, but you're hearing them in your head.
Not good language.
For the next hour, everything you say, Miri, everything you say out loud, Ardris will hear no matter where he is in his head.
Oof.
I'll leave it up to you how much Miri knows that is happening. I think I might have to have a conversation. Micah!
Okay.
Which one do you want to aim for?
I'm going to go for D3. Yes, D3.
D3. All right. You successfully popped D3. Congratulations. It goes kaboom. And then as you go to speak, the opposite of what you're trying to say comes out of your mouth. You're like, oh, yay. And instead it's like, crap. For the next hour, everything that you say must be the opposite of what you intend. You cannot lie in order to say the correct words.
This is cruelty.
Oh, he already.
You want that to Micah?
What would the
He-
speech
he
impediment
chose
again?
He chose the wand, not me, okay? There's a basket. He could have gotten a different one.
The wand chooses the wizard.
The wand chose the wizard. Otis, which one are you aiming for? Please also keep
D5.
track of what you have going because it will affect future things.
Mm-hmm.
D,
C5.
which one?
C5.
C5. Gotcha.
Mhm.
Otis, as you fire, the balloon does not pop. But you notice as you look down, your skin suddenly takes on the appearance of like granite, stone, and rock. For the next hour, you have a +1 to your AC, but disadvantage on stealth because you are suddenly armored and dangerous. All of these have ridiculously stupid punny names, and I love coming up with every single one of them. Kellen!
E1.
Sorry, which one?
B as in
B1.
boy.
Gotcha.
1.
Bravo 1. Understood. You take aim. Unfortunately, it does not pop. But as the spell is expended from this wand, you get kind of this backflow from it, and this shimmering, beautiful, pale blue light is now kind of silhouetting you. It sheds dimly around you. It gives you advantage on investigation and perception, but disadvantage on stealth. So for the next hour, you're just kind of glowing in a very interesting way. Ardris.
Next hour, I am prettier than Pyria.
Hey, man, maybe you have a conversation with her after this. I bet she would be stoked. Ardris. We are now at the top of round 4.
Is
No,
this the turn that
3.
it skipped?
Yeah,
No,
it is.
You skipped your... Is it?
No, because Kellen undid it, and then he was able to get a turn. So this is the one that made me skip.
Yeah, it is skipped. My apologies. Shailin, which one do you want to attack?
C3.
C3. You do not have to keep C3. You can choose to change it if you want. Which one do you want to attack?
I'll keep C3.
Okay. For a moment, there's this weird kind of dimensional folding as C3 pops on every square for each person.
Wow.
The
Okay.
universe is in
Mhm.
ink.
Let's see here.
Mary.
We're gonna go C2.
It does not pop, unfortunately. Kellen was now you see me. You are now you don't. For the next hour, you are invisible.
She still has the rainbow.
You do actually. So there's this weird floating ribbon of rainbow lights that is connecting 2 points that you cannot see. I forgot about the rainbow. That's good. Oh, that's good. Micah.
That was so
I would
tragic.
go with also C2.
Two. It successfully pops. And as it pops, you're like, something is in your mouth. And you look, and there is this like bubble pipe coming out of your mouth and a little deerstalker cap on your
Okay,
head.
that's cute.
You cannot take these off or take it out of your mouth. For the next hour, whenever you move more than 10 feet, there's this stream of bubbles that follows where you go.
That is perfection.
Bad art. Bad art.
Hey, what do you say about that? Do you say anything?
So the word would be like what, but then if it's the opposite of what, is it what? Like what would be the word? What is this like?
That?
That ain't right.
What?
Who? Maybe who?
Who is this? What? Oh.
Otis, which one do you want to pop?
A3.
A3.
Oh,
It does not pop, unfortunately, but
Mhm.
for the next hour, you hover 6 inches off of the ground. Your movement is otherwise not changed, but you are not touching the ground for the next
I'm
hour.
a floating rock boy.
You're a floating rock boy. In fact, I will say because you are floating, it actually negates the disadvantage you have on stealth
Sweet.
because you're not actually touching the ground.
That's so sick.
Cologne.
B1.
Come on.
He actually growls at the wand. B1.
Oh!
No. This actually worked out. It was going to miss, and yet choose the
Nice.
square carefully. The universe is again aligning, and as your wand pops your chosen target, all of the squares will pop for every character. Are you keeping with B1 or are you going to switch?
No, he's keeping B1. I don't know if you've noticed this, but Kellen doesn't really like failure, so he was just gonna keep shooting at B1 until it popped.
It's like, no, B1 or death.
Mm-hmm.
All right, excellent. Argis, it's finally your turn again.
E2.
Sorry, it cut off the first one.
C2.
It does not pop, unfortunately. But we are now moving counterclockwise instead of clockwise, so Kellen will be next. Kellen, which one would you like?
C1.
It successfully pops. Congratulations. You're now like double highlighted. And definitely there's
double
two
effect.
separate colors going here. Blue, and what do you want the second one to be?
What mixes well with blue? Red. Give him a nice purple.
Yeah. So you've got like blue and red going in. It's a really interesting effect because it almost gives you like this kind of like 3D movie effect in which like there's a little bit of kind of Doppler as you move. It looks super sweet. You still have advantage on investigation, perception, and Otis.
Advantage on that stealth though.
And we will go with C4.
C4. You are aware that that is not part of your pattern, right?
I am.
Okay. Just double check. That one hits. Congratulations. This one's popped. Not including this attack that you just made. For the next hour, if you speak a rhyming couplet before an attack or an ability save, you will roll an advantage.
Sweet. Okay.
So as long as you say a rhyme before you make an attack or an ability save, it does not work for a saving throw, only for ability checks.
That's fine by me. Might need it.
Micah.
I think he went to get Uber Eats.
Not the
Micah
Uber Eats.
is distracted. Miri.
He loses a turn.
Micah is trying to figure out how to say what he actually wants to say right now.
He's like, you once. Okay. Yeah, Miri. What was it?
A1.
A1 up in that corner. It does not pop, and I need everyone again to make your wisdom saving throw. Argis, you don't need to make it because, well, actually, you can make it because you can save this one.
Wow.
Again, DC 15. I just need to save or
Natural one.
Success.
That's a fail on Otis.
Oh no.
Kelly.
I think I'm gonna do B2.
Did you make your save?
Make
Oh,
your
my
wisdom save.
Yeah, wisdom save.
Oh, this again.
I'm
It's funny
sorry.
because I made like 42 wands so that we would be able to do 6 rounds. Yeah. Okay, everyone except for Shy can now hear everything Miri says in your head, regardless.
Oh no.
All of you hear, oh no, in the back of your head as she realizes what's going on. I'm going to say Micah also fails. So Micah also fails.
Oof, auto fail.
Yeah. Shy is the only one unaffected by this, and it is Shy's turn.
D1.
I cast counterspell.
Wow.
Oh, I'm not gonna make you deal with that. I'm kidding.
If you want to burn a 3rd level spell slot right now, I will not roll what the next one is.
No. I'm good. I was OOC getting back at her, not in character.
All right, so D1, the balloon pops. Who are you going to skip?
Kellen. Goodbye.
As we keep going, Kellen will not get the next turn. All right, this is our last round.
Okay.
Now you finna get counterspell.
You can hope that you get a good pull. Ardris, which one do you want to aim for?
C2.
It does not pop, but similar to Otis, if you speak with a rhyme before an attack or an ability check, you get advantage on those checks. Kellen.
I aim at A1. I'm skipped.
Yep.
I am skipped. Yeah.
You aim at A1. Nothing happens. Otis.
No. You missed what I said. I was gonna aim at A1 on Shaylin's board, so she's lucky I got skipped.
I like that. Otis, which
A3.
one do you want to attack?
A3.
Which one?
A3. Mm-hmm.
Why? No, you're getting another one. Too many whispers. You're invincible. Well done.
Now I'm an invisible floating rock man.
You're
It
an
rhymes.
invisible floating rock
At
man.
least-
You have advantage on stealth now. Congratulations.
This is so weird.
Oh my gosh.
At least
I
you're
don't
not
know
a
why
floating rainbow.
I don't know why it's doing the same one over and over. Micah,
All right.
your turn got skipped because you weren't here. We decided that you were contemplating how to make words work. Also, everything Mary says out loud, you hear in your head.
Oh,
Which one's
okay. So Michael's kind of like startled by that. He's completely confused. So he's going to choose. We're going back to C4 because it's a bomb.
Oh.
That 20.
It is not 20, so I will let you choose a second one to hit. What do you want it to be?
I'm going to choose. Oh, I could choose A3. Yeah, A3.
A3 is also done. As you fire this, you suddenly feel kind of tall. Really tall. You look down, you're on top of a horse.
Like Old
For the
Spice?
next hour.
Like Old Spice?
Yeah.
I'm
No,
on a horse.
It's actually on the card. It's like, look at your man, look at me. I'm on a horse. For the next hour, your movement speed is 60 because you're on a horse. But you cannot physically get off of this horse. So imagine tiny little Micah with the bubble pipe and the deer sucker cat on top of a horse, unable to do anything to stop any of those three things happening.
Just entirely confused. Like, who is happening?
Oh, Mary.
Heart now.
Oh.
Oh, I should have played Spell Dots before. Spell Dots was a good idea, Kellen. Good job.
B4.
Before.
I genuinely can't wait for him to talk to Bethany about it and her to be like, how did you like Spell Darts? And him to be like, we do not play it that way at all.
Okay, B4 pops. Choose another player. It's kind of funny because you already have an unintentional mind link with pretty much everyone. But in this case, you can't keep your thoughts in your head. And in your next hour, without speaking out loud, you can pass thoughts back and forth with one other PC. Who do you want it to be?
I'm pretty sure she can see what's happening with Micah, so she's gonna choose Otis.
All right, so Otis, Miri fires out this wand, and you hear in your head,
Otis.
What? Rabbit? What do you want now? I hear you in 2 different places at once in my head. It's weird.
What if I did this and she's going to say Otis out loud and then also think Otis?
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, the brain.
Hey Otis, make me a wisdom saving throw real quick, please.
Oh my gosh. Lucy, why do you hate me?
You better apologize to him for this, because if you don't, Kellen is going to have some words with you about hypocrisy.
Excuse me?
That's a 26.
I'm just saying, you don't get to walk around being a hypocrite. That's all.
Everyone hears, "Excuse me, Kellen," in your heads, except for Shy. Otis, it's weird. It's like having surround sound on the slightest of delays when she intentionally did that. But otherwise, you managed to kind of like stave off the nosebleed / headache that you were going to get.
I was going to get a nose.
Shy.
I felt so bad.
D4.
I'm sorry, D4?
Yeah.
It successfully attacks. It can also produce a bubble. So do me a favor, roll me a d20.
That's an 18.
18.
Nice.
You can choose 2 targets on any player's square. You can unpop a balloon or pop a balloon with these 2
Yo,
attacks.
that's broken. Let's go.
Roll an 18.
Design
Okay.
things.
She'll pop B2 on Kellen's board.
Okay.
And then on Micah's board, she'll on pop B1.
You should unpop you one? Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cruel. You go up, pop the baby.
Oh, wait. I was looking at Mary's sheet. Oh, but yeah, still unpop his because, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he
Cool,
had
cool,
one.
cool, cool, cool. Ardris, you are the last person to go. Which one are you going to aim for?
Go ahead and do C2.
E2. I wish you luck.
What wand is this going to be? Oh, there we go.
It works. You can choose to keep C2 or go to another one as, again, this wave of synchrony comes out of this wand, and you know that it will pop a balloon on every person.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to switch to D1.
D1, gotcha.
I just want to. Come on.
Thank you for picking that one.
All right. The spell that starts competition comes to a close. I'd like each of you, if you could do the math for me, because it's 6 people. If you have correctly popped one, add 5. If you've popped one that should not be popped, subtract 2. And let me know who got the highest score.
I got a 9.
Well done.
I have 28.
A 23.
I'm in the negatives. Good. Got 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, -1.
-1, not bad. Yuri, what'd you get?
9.
You get 2 9s.
Hmm?
You and Cal both got 9. Oh, it sounds like
Ironically,
Shaylin
yeah.
is our very clear winner. As the very diminutive young woman is cheered on by the crowds who have never seen her before because she's a new student. So there's kind of that extra bit of excitement as they're like, "Oh my god, who is that?" No. And you see that the guy Kellyeth who you had met before is like, "Right on, way to go, fantastic! I knew you had it in you, man. The Vorpal sword or whatever, yeah." And just as soon as you step out, Bethany is standing there, and Bethany's like, "All right, guys,
How did she get
come
there
with
so
me.
quick?
Come on. Let's go. All right, everyone. Next up is the Vorpal Sword, and you're ushered to this magical arena. I need everyone to please roll me a d10.
D10?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that on my virtual dice roller, but I'm on it.
I got a 4.
This one, the D10.
Ooh,
I think this
6.
Moving on.
10.
Oh, this rolled a 4.
7.
Like how
Hold on. If you
Everybody-
all say it, I can't do anything. Okay, we got 4. Otis got what?
4.
4 as well. Micah got
10.
10.
You get okay.
Mary
It's a
got
0, right? It's the 0 is a 10?
6.
Mhm.
6. Kellen,
9.
9. Ardris.
7.
As you step through, you are suddenly shown all of the you're suddenly thrust into this dark interior. There are no windows, but there are nice stone walls. There are occasionally bits of furniture. You see like beds, tables, wardrobes, chests, as you are all suddenly sprung into a battle royale. You are sent to a sprawling labyrinthine map.
Oh!
And your
Oh.
goal is to either hide or fight your way to be the last person standing.
Oh, goodness
Oof.
gracious. Oh, we just ended up like the Hunter games. Okay, good stuff.
It's about
Yeah.
to be real.
As we roll initiative to see who goes first, that's where we're going to end today's episode of Review.
Got it.
You
That's
want to roll now or roll when we come back?
We'll roll at the beginning of the next one.
Okay.
Oh, poor Zach.
I will keep yours, Zach. If you want to
Okay.
use that is fine.
So we went from so just to clarify, am I still on the horse with a bubble popping in my ear? And I have
That's
to
a gangster,
fight?
dog.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
gangster.
you are. Oh,
You got a
yes,
mount, dog?
you are.
I gotta fight Otis right from the start.
You don't have to. We can team
Oh,
up.
yes, you are.
We can team up.
No, please keep track of all of those status effects because they are definitely running right now. They will help your hiding or your fighting abilities. So
Okay.
if you need to rhyme or whatever,
Yes.
it's up to you.
All
I
right.
just have one.
I don't want to
question.
fight Micah.
Does my the ability with the little star thingies, does it let me cast more than one spell per turn?
It does. Actually.
Got another question.
Yeah.
How did Bethany see me?
Oh yeah. How did she see this?
Well, she kind of walked up to the group and assumed that you were all vaguely there.
she could
And also,
definitely
you
see.
can be heard. And you have a rainbow, Mary, so you're very, very noticeable. Rock Boy over here makes a little bit of gravel sound every time he shifts. So,
Well, no, he does not because he's floating.
Oh,
well,
that's
if he
good.
moves his arms,
Yeah, if I move everything else.
Ooh, wow. Well, the chaos has only just begun. So now with all the status effects that we have just taken place from this episode, which is quite a bit, we're now going to be put against one another in a battle to the last one standing, which is going to be nuts. So one, thank you, Hunters Entertainment, Alex, Red Eye, everybody else for taking time to watch our stream. We definitely appreciate it. We appreciate the raid as always. You all are incredible. So of course, if you are not, give you Hunters Entertainment a follow. Definitely go ahead and give them support. We gave them a shout out earlier in the stream, but once again, if you're not following them, definitely give them some support. And we're going to go ahead and raid someone. So we're going to go ahead and go to a transition. I think the Bronze Girl. Yes, she is currently doing D&D at the moment. So we're going to go ahead and give them a raid. So give me 1 second. And we're going to set that up for you. So if you are a subscriber, well, if you're not a subscriber, you should be able to put a raid chat here. If you are a subscriber, I think you should be able to select those. Oh wait, it's another command. In any case, let me go ahead and start the raid command. We're going to go ahead and raid the Bronze Girl. There we go. So once again, thank you all for the love and support. We definitely appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and share this love to the Bronze Girl, who's currently streaming a D&D campaign with Valim, Gabe James. It would be JCVIM, Lord Balvin, as well as Xander. In terms of our sessions, of course, we're going to be back again this Saturday for Lords of Fame Room, where once again we'll have a special guest, which I cannot wait to announce who that special guest is. Keep eye out on that on Twitter because the announcement is going to come out tomorrow. We also are going to, perhaps provide some information on new partnerships as well as giveaways coming up. So again, thank you all so much for coming by and taking a look at the stream. We definitely appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and send this love over to the Bronze Girl at D&D. All right, so look forward to see you all next Tuesday as we get into our Battle Royale. But where for now? Perfect.
Nice.
Yeah, I guess I posted in the chat and the Discord how Argus feels right now, Doug.
Mhm.
How you feeling?